y'all, I am back, and you know I had to come to you to talk about Am I the Drama by Cardi B. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk. So y'all, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's been a while. It's been a while. But you know, I had to pop back out to discuss Am I the Drama? Like, for real, for real. If you don't know, which everybody know, Cardi B dropped her second album, Am I the Drama? After 7 years. Her first album was Invasion of Privacy, which did major numbers, caused a lot of drama, a lot of talk about this guy. So I listened to it about 3 times. About 3 times, 3 times. Let me pull it up. I love that album. I listened to it. I told y'all I listened to it 3 times. I love the album. A majority of the songs I love. I'm gonna give my take, my grade on the whole situation. Because I'm like, okay, Cardi, like, to be honest, I never really was a Cardi B fan in the beginning, but she is making me like stand her a little bit, just a little bit, because I'm like, okay, this is something new, something fresh. Okay, let's get into it. Ain't nobody been dropping no music in the rap girl side of things. So I was excited for her. I will say, I want to talk about the rollout too. We're going to talk about the rollout. We're going to talk about the album. We're going to talk about the interviews, all of it. So let's start with the rollout. So I will say, hands down, Cardi B really did her thing with the rollout. Like, we've never really seen an artist really like get out there in the streets, go to pop-up shops, go to places to meet their fans and stuff like that. Like, her rollout, I will give her 10s on. Like, she did her thing with her rollout. We have not seen that since the 90s. Like, she did an old school rollout where you out there, like, you pumping it, like you letting your face be seen everywhere. The interviews, even her court date that she just went through with her court case with the lady suing her, that had turned into press for her rollout. So when I say her rollout was solid, like, it was solid. She announced it a couple of months ago. She said it was going to be out September 19th. It did come out on time. She did do her thing. I will say that when Cardi dropped a few singles, I think Outside was the first one. And then she dropped Imaginary Players. And then she did a leak of Bodega Baddie. The crowd wasn't feeling it. The general public was not feeling it. They was not feeling it. Me personally, I love Imaginary Players. I love it. Now, is the bars weak? Yes. But the song is catchy. I like when people remake songs. She remade Jay-Z's Imaginary Players from back in the 90s. So, I love Imaginary Players. I also love Outside. And up outside when it's hot out. I loved Outside too. And I also love Bodega Baddie. But I do understand, like, we all know Cardi B is not a lyricist. Cardi B is not known for bars. She's not known for the lyrical ability, okay? That's not her thing. But she do make bops. She do make hits. So, for me, you know, if you can make a good song and I like it, I'll support it. And if you keep making good songs, I may become a fan. I just may. But we all know Cardi's ability. Like, we know that she's been accused of not writing her music and stuff. So I do feel like on this album, though, you can tell Cardi wrote her stuff. You can tell she might have had a little help, but you could tell she wrote it. No shade, but you could tell. So them 3 songs she dropped, I liked it. I really liked it. I really liked it. Like, it was given. I'm like, okay, all right, but but I liked all 3 of the songs. People wasn't feeling it, so they was already, the fans were judging, and the critics, the haters, everybody was judging and was like, this album probably not gonna eat. So I'm like, I don't think so. I think Cardi. One thing about Invasion of Privacy was even though Cardi B didn't have the ability to deliver like lyrically, like we don't know her to be lyrical, whoever was helping her with the beats, the music, the producing of the song, the choruses, the writing of the songs, you can't deny that they made hits. Like that album did numbers, like I said. So I knew, like, I was like, no, we're gonna get some vibes, we're gonna get some hits. And we did. Okay, we did. So in the midst of all of this, let me say this. In the midst of the rollout, before the album came out, people was speculating Homegirl was pregnant. Like she was wearing big ass clothes, big ass hoodies. We know what the fuck that be meaning when you bitches put on that big clothing shit. we know y'all be we know you trying to hide it. So the fans was already clocking like, girl, is she pregnant? Like she wearing big ass clothes. Like what's going on? She's known to wear, like, you know, now I don't want to say slutty, but revealing clothing. Like she's known to show her sex appeal. So people was clocking it. So she was denying it, of course. It later came out. We'll get to that though later, but I did want to just say that, put that drop up in there. But let's go back to the rollout. So she was doing all her stunts, her kicks, her pows, her booms. We get to the album dropping. I listened to it, like I said, 3 times. I liked it. I liked it. I loved it. The song, let me tell y'all the songs that I fuck with the most. Let me go back. Wrote them down what I like. So my top songs would be Better Than You, Safe, with Kalani, featuring Kalani, Bodega Baddie, I said that. Nice Guy was Hyla. Salute the Real Bitches. I like that song too. Principal, with the Janet Jackson remake. And Cardi, you tried that, talk about Janet was gonna be on the album. Girl, you had people thinking Janet was about to be up there whispering. But no, you just remade one of her songs. But okay, that was catchy. That was a part of the rollout too. But she got 2 Janet Jackson remakes. She's got Principal and On My Back with Lordeez. On My Back is another Janet Jackson remake. So I like that. I like Every Time, but I think I like the Lotto remix. They dropped the Lotto remix like a few days after the album. I like that. She's got Imaginary Players, of course. I already said that. Hello is cute. Magnet is cute. Man of My Word got me in my feelings. Like, Man of My Word really got me in my feelings. So I like Man of My Word, but I don't really listen to it like that unless I'm on some sad shit. So, Outside, I said that. Killing You Hoes is growing on me. It's cute. It's like a Trina reference. Of course, she put WAP and Up on here. Those were a couple-year-old songs that hit big that the fans wanted on the album. So she put that on the album. So the album is like about 26 songs on here. I think it was a nice body of work. Do I feel like it was worth 7 years of waiting? I don't know. We'll have to discuss. Like, because, you know, stuff will grow on you. So I don't think right now it was worth 7 years. Like, this is really something that, okay, it makes sense. She followed up with Invasion of Privacy. With, like, this was a perfect follow-up album, I think. Like, you got the bangers, the hits. She did pour into these songs. She talked about the beefs that she had. I'm so sorry, y'all. I had to go get my food. I had to go get my food, boo. I'm hungry. But what was I saying? So yeah, she talked about the beefs. She talked about going through a divorce. She talked about her new relationship. You know, if you all don't know, she did get into a relationship with Stefan Diggs. That is who she is pregnant by. That's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, she pregnant by Stefan Diggs. They've been dating for a little bit. I don't really know the timeline, girl. She had announced her going through her divorce last year in 2024. And then she got with this man and they are expecting a child. Now, a lot of the fans was upset. The fans was upset about it. This was also a part of the rollout. When she did finally have to tell that she was pregnant, a lot of the fans wasn't feeling it, and like the general public just wasn't. They just felt like, oh my God, this is a lot for you. And are you going to be able to keep up? You know what I'm saying? Like the way you be crashing out on Twitter and stuff. I think that that's why the general public was just kind of like not feeling it. Like just not with her moving on so fast and to get pregnant by this new man. And no shade, but they claim he just another Offset. Like, there's videos of him doing stuff that's just kind of like, what? So, yeah, the general public ain't messing with it. I feel like this. She can do what she want. It's her body, her choice. Y'all be talking about y'all don't believe in abortions, but then when women get pregnant, in whatever situation they happen to be in or fall in, y'all be judging them and be critical. But it's like, hey, if she don't believe in that and she want to have it, then that's her choice. She should be able to do that. But I do feel like I'm concerned because you be on Twitter every other week crashing out. So mentally, are you prepared for having a child with someone different and going on a tour, because she announced her tour with the rollout of this album, having another baby? You just had a child a year ago. So it's concerning for people that love and care about Cardi B and that are fans of Cardi B. It is concerning because it's like these fans have been waiting for 7 years for you to drop. And then you drop and it's like, oh, I'm pregnant. And it's like, we don't know what can happen with a pregnancy. It could be very great or it could be hell. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to happen with it. So hopefully it's all well and great. And hopefully she can still rise to the occasion. She's working hard. Mama's is working hard. And she look about 6 or 7 months. I would say she about 6 or 7 months. So Mama is still out there working, honey. She's doing what she's got to do to sell these CDs. So moving on, going back to the album. I feel like she put her blood, sweat, and tears into it. She talked about everything. She also went on the interviews and talked about other things and explained in detail. She addressed how, Offset being a cheater, being a bad husband, not really showing up as a father sometimes. She also discussed how he was sleeping with women in the industry, like even girls that gave her flowers and was kikiing with her. Like, it's rumored to be allegedly Sweetie, but we don't know for sure. But she's not saying that it ain't Sweetie either. So, but you got to be on Twitter to get all this kind of tea, honey. You got to be on Twitter. But anywho, yeah, she addressed all of that. She addressed the beef with Bia. She has a song on here, Pretty and Petty, that's directly dissed to Bia. She talks about the issue with JT. The song Magnet has went crazy about the beef with her and JT. All of this has really kind of started on Twitter. That's why I said you gotta be on Twitter to know the tea, if you give a fuck. But yeah, she addressed all of that in the interview. She addressed it on these songs, these 2 songs. I will say, when it comes to the diss tracks on the album and her bringing this stuff up in the interviews, I'm like, girl, talk about old girl. Talk about Nikki. Like, stop playing. Like, girl, you have been traumatized online with her fan base and the general public going up against you, feeling like you don't deserve your spot. This beef has been going on with her and Nicki Minaj longer than the JT and the Bias. And I'm like, you don't have a song on here about Nicki? You didn't address that? Girl, that should have been your first song. No shade. You should have had that as your first intro. Opening track should have been addressing Nicki Minaj. But she says that none of her diss in any of the songs or any of the songs were, none of the diss were about Nicki Minaj. That's what she said. Well, it's not alleged, but she said it, that it wasn't about Nicki Minaj. So I'm like, girl, you're wasting your time dissing these girls that, JT, I love JT. Y'all know I did a video about JT album, City Cinderella, last year. Love the album, love the documentary, touched my heart, made me kind of like JT. Not gonna lie, wasn't a fan of JT either of the way she rap, but I will respect her because she is a dark-skinned female trying to break into this industry that is hard for those types of women. So I'm supporting her off of that. But JT does not sell and do the numbers that Cardi B do. Cardi B, you walk around talking about how much these girls are not touching your coattail. Why are you dissing that? You needed to be dissing her, the other girl. The other girl, while you setting up in all of this stuff that you're in with these fans, these deranged, crazy fans, you should have. I wanted a diss. I wanted some shots thrown. Like, girl, what? Even in the interviews, like, I think she addressed the Nicki situation of that beef at the interview she did with Call Her Daddy podcast. That was a really good interview, and I liked that show or that podcast. But she didn't address her directly, but she did address how people think that she came into this industry to take Nicki Minaj's spot, and she never looked at it that way. She just wanted to be famous. And I do feel like when it comes to all of the drama that she's into with these girls, a lot of it is people feel like Cardi B cannot rap. People feel like Cardi B does not deserve to have Grammys and have all these opportunities over people like Nicki Minaj that has been in the game for 10 years. Me personally, do I feel like the industry pushed her career to the forefront? Sure. They were the ones who had the power to do so, to put money behind her, to get her this and that and the third. Like, they pushed it. But I just feel like at this point, y'all, what y'all want Cardi to do? Do you want Cardi to give the fame back? Do you want her to give the money back? Like, I do believe that she didn't come into this industry to take nobody's spot. Like, homegirl has said in the beginning of her career that she's not trying to be the queen of nothing. She's not trying to be nothing. She called herself an artist, like, in the beginning, because I think Cardi B knows what is giving. Like, I might not be the best at it, but I think that what has sold her the most is her charisma, her personality. Before the fame, Cardi B had a lot of followers, thousands of followers on Instagram when she was just a stripper making videos out of her apartment. Homegirl was a key. Homegirl was funny. She was entertaining. She went on Love and Hip Hop. She was entertaining. Then she happened to get in the studio with some great producers, some great writers, and make a solid album that went #1. What do y'all want her to do? And I feel like we're going to get into the beef with her and Nicki in another video, because that was crazy over the last few days on Twitter. So that's going to be a separate video, standalone video. But I'm just like, what do y'all want this woman to do? And I do feel like the people that we should be mad at, or if there's going to be a conversation, hey, it should be the industry, honey. It should be the execs of these companies. It should be the men that sit at the table and make the final decision. I don't understand why hating another artist is what Nicki wants to do or anybody else wants to do. Like, I just don't get that. So that was my thought. I feel like I would grade the album about a 7 out of 10. About a 7 out of 10. I think that it's great. She addressed everything except Nicki Minaj. But she addressed everything: her divorce, her new relationship, her children, being a mom, working hard. She addressed all of that. Homegirl sold 200K. First week. And there's a little whisper going around. If you know, Kim Barbie is like her, in her entourage, works for her or something. They're friends as well. Kim Barbie had went on Twitter when the news had dropped that some of the sales weren't counted because some of the like vinyls and stuff that they ordered, some of the fans ordered, did not get shipped out in a timely manner to be counted as a sale, allegedly, according to him. Because that's important, because this whole Twitter beef that's been going on the last few days, excuse me, this Twitter war that has been going on for the last few days was because she did not outsell Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj sold 228,000 with Pink Friday 2. And she only did 200K. And she did say that she was going to outsell Nicki. So people have been keying it up. I do believe that homegirl did outsell Nicki, but I think that some of the stuff did not count. I think she definitely outsold Nicki Minaj. And the gag is, Nicki Minaj didn't outsell Cardi B's first album. Cardi B's first album sold 255K first week. So it's like, what are we talking about? Like, and I'm not going up and taking up for Cardi B, because I felt like what was really getting on my nerves with this album and rollout as well was the numbers, trying to outsell, trying to prove a point that you're better than Nicki. It did become that. It did. And it's like, Cardi, just go have fun. If you want to make an album and have fun with it, just do that. Don't focus on the numbers. Don't focus on trying to outdo the next girl. Just have fun with it so we can get good bodies of work. That's what I want the girls to focus on. That, not all this extra other stuff. Like, at this point, this beef stuff is draining. I'm not gonna hurt. It's draining. It is draining because, girl, like, y'all gonna be forever. But overall, like I said, I give the album a 7 out of 10. I like majority of the songs. I judge an album off of how many songs do I like, how much value play does it have. I've been playing the hell out them songs. Like, I do like her album. I do think she did great. This was a great follow-up. But child, these girls, I feel like we back in high school with these grown-ass women arguing and stuff. Like, I don't mind a little rap beef. I don't mind diss tracks. I don't mind competition. I don't mind that. But when it gets ugly and serious, it's like, all right, now, y'all got brands to protect. Y'all got money to protect. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get caught up in trying to prove who's the popular cool girl on Twitter. Like, we in high school, girl. You got real things to lose behind what you saying and doing online. Like, we'll get into it, though. I'm going to do another video discussing the beef between them because it was ridiculous. It was really crazy. But that's my thoughts. Again, 7 out of 10. I love the album. This album brought a lot of drama. So, yes, she is the drama. But, yes, remember to like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.